CBS 3 Health Watch tonight, we have a warning for parents about cereal and children.
You pour it into a bowl every morning thinking you're making a reasonable choice. The box mentions whole grains. It hints at heart health. The packaging feels familiar and reassuring. But when you look more closely at many popular breakfast cereals, a different picture emerges. Behind the health claims and friendly branding, a large number of cereals are built around refined grains, added sugars, and heavy processing.
A report from the Environmental Working Group says nearly half of kids under age 8 consume potentially harmful amounts of certain vitamins and minerals from products like over-fortified cereals.
Today, we're taking a closer look at 12 breakfast cereals that are often marketed as better-for-you options.
It's a breakfast favorite for many children.
It's easy. It's convenient in the morning.
I usually choose ones that are whole grain.
And why they may not be as supportive of daily nutrition as they appear. 1. Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios is commonly presented as a heart-smart alternative to sweeter cereals. The box highlights whole grains, and advertising often focuses on cholesterol awareness. However, a look at the ingredient list tells a more nuanced story. Sugar appears very high on the list, higher than honey itself. The familiar sweetness comes largely from added sugars and flavoring rather than meaningful amounts of honey. Because the oats are processed into flour rather than remaining intact, the cereal digests more quickly than traditional rolled oats. In everyday serving sizes, this can lead to faster rises and drops in blood sugar, especially when eaten alone. Honey Nut Cheerios isn't the worst option on the shelf, but it's also not the nutritional upgrade many people assume it is. 2. Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes is made primarily from refined corn coated with sugar. It contains very little fiber or protein to slow digestion or support fullness. As a result, it's quickly absorbed by the body, which often means hunger returns sooner than expected. Many people notice energy dips or cravings not long after eating it. While it's marketed as a breakfast food, nutritionally it functions much closer to a sweet snack than a balanced morning meal. 3. Fruit Loops. Despite the fruit-themed name and colors, Fruit Loops contain no meaningful fruit content. The colors come from synthetic dyes, and the flavor is created using artificial compounds. The cereal is largely refined corn flour and sugar, offering little fiber or protein. This combination digests rapidly and provides short-lived energy, particularly noticeable in children's focus and mood. In several countries, the dyes used in cereals like this require warning labels. In the US, they remain widely used and heavily marketed. 4. Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs combine refined grains, sugar, and processed cocoa flavoring to create a chocolate taste. The cocoa content itself is minimal, with most of the sweetness coming from added sugars. Although the cereal is fortified with vitamins and minerals, fortification doesn't change the underlying structure of the food. It adds nutrients, but it doesn't slow digestion or reduce sugar load. As a result, Cocoa Puffs often provide quick energy followed by a noticeable drop. 5. Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms blends two very different components: a processed oat cereal base and colorful marshmallow pieces. Those marshmallows are primarily sugar, gelatin, and artificial colors. Even the oat portion is highly refined, meaning much of the natural fiber has been removed. The result is a cereal that's visually appealing and sweet, but nutritionally inconsistent from bite to bite and easy to overconsume. 6. Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran sounds wholesome on the surface. Bran suggests fiber, and raisins imply fruit. However, many people are surprised to learn that the raisins are often treated with added sugar or oil to maintain texture. When combined with sugar already added to the cereal, total sugar content can climb quickly. Compared to heavily frosted cereals, Raisin Bran may still be a better option, but it often contains more sugar than expected for something marketed as health-focused. 7. Special K Original. Special K built its reputation around light eating and weight management. The cereal itself is made largely from refined rice and wheat. Because these grains digest quickly and provide modest protein and fiber, they may not support long-lasting fullness. Many people feel hungry again shortly after eating it. While it can fit into a calorie-controlled diet, it doesn't necessarily support sustained energy or appetite regulation on its own. 8. Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch is made from refined grains, added sugars, and oils that enhance texture and shelf life. It contains little fiber and minimal protein, which means it breaks down quickly in the body. Despite its popularity, it remains one of the more nutritionally limited cereals sold as breakfast. Its crunchy texture is memorable, but texture alone doesn't equal nourishment. 9. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch combines sugar, added fats, salt, and flavoring to create a highly appealing taste. This balance makes it easy to eat larger portions than intended, especially since the cereal provides limited fiber and protein to signal fullness. As with many sweet cereals, it offers quick enjoyment but short-lived energy. 10. Cheerios Oat Crunch Varieties. These varieties build on the reputation of classic Cheerios but add clusters, coatings, and sweet glazes. That means higher sugar and oil content, along with smaller suggested serving sizes. In real-world portions, sugar intake often doubles without people realizing it. While still oat-based, these versions are nutritionally closer to sweetened granola than to plain oats. 11. Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks contains very little actual apple. The flavor comes from artificial compounds designed to mimic fruit notes. Like other brightly colored cereals, it relies on refined grains and sugar rather than whole food ingredients. The fruit imagery can be misleading for shoppers scanning quickly. 12. Corn Pops. Corn Pops are made mostly from refined corn, sugar, and oil. Because they're light and airy, they're easy to overeat. With little fiber or protein, they provide fast calories that don't tend to keep people full for long. The broader pattern with breakfast cereals. Across many popular cereals, the same patterns show up repeatedly. Heavy processing, added sugars, refined grains, low protein, limited natural fiber. Even cereals marketed as healthy often rely on fortification, buzzwords, and small serving sizes to shape perception rather than improve structure. What to consider instead, briefly. Breakfast doesn't need to be complicated. Foods that digest more slowly and provide protein and fiber tend to support steadier energy. Examples include plain oats with nuts or fruit, eggs with vegetables, unsweetened Greek yogurt, simple foods without heavy marketing. Breakfast cereals didn't become popular because they were nutritionally ideal. They became popular because they were convenient, shelf-stable, and easy to sell. Understanding what's inside the box simply helps you make more informed choices. The next time you're in the cereal aisle, it's worth remembering. Foods that support health rarely rely on bright colors, mascots, or bold claims to make their case.